What's up, guys? Welcome back to Let's Play Deus Ex 3. Now we have finally defeated our first boss, Lawrence Barrett, and thus far have succeeded in completing the hardest part of the game, in my opinion. So it's all downhill from here. There's another Peps energy pack over here if you want to start stocking up on those. I don't think there's an actual Peps around for a while, though. I'm not entirely sure about that, but from what I remember, there's another one over here. For some reason, they like to pack it together with pistol ammo for some reason. Obviously, we want some more tranq rifle darts and shotgun shells, and there's another stash of weapons over here. All sorts of various things, some machine pistols, although those would not have been all that useful during the boss. So I'm not... The weapon rewards are actually very lackluster for this boss as well. There's really not anything here that's all that special. There's an EMP grenade, which we definitely want to stock up on. So I'm willing to drop something to pick that up. Probably the machine pistol ammo and eventually the stun gun darts as well, because I'm not gonna have the stun gun. Well, maybe I'll keep the stun gun darts just to stash them away. Maybe, you know. I'm gonna save that practice point I have right now for something else. Oh look, there's a stun gun right there. But I already have a stun gun at my apartment, so. Time to leave the FEMA camp, finally. Oh yeah, and if I didn't explain what the PEPS is, I'll explain it when I actually find one, which will probably be a little while, but not too long from here. For some reason, our weapons take forever to switch in elevators. So Malik is already here, waiting to take us home.
You ready to get out of here, Jensen?
Yeah, take us back to Sarif Industries.
None too soon, if you ask me. Strap in and hold on.
And thus begins the obligatory transition sequence of the helicopter flying away. I swear, they do this like 50 times throughout this game. And it never really gets old, to be honest.
Jensen, I need to speak with you. Meet me in your office right away.
I'd love to, Francis, but I have to debrief Sarif first.
Okay, so now that we're here, Pritchard is going to contact us, and he's going to encourage us to come speak to him. Now, this is actually relevant to a side quest, but it's a side quest that will happen much later in the game. Now, while I'm here, I want to go ahead and finally increase my hacking again up to level 4. I guess I'll do that with my current practice point. It's not terribly relevant, but I just want to I want to get something while I'm here, because if I don't do this now, I won't be able to do it until much later in the game, because we will be coming back to Detroit, but by the end of this video, we will have left Detroit in favor of another city hub. So anyway, I want to go and break into Malik's office for a change, and hopefully she won't hate me for this. We're good friends, right? She'll understand. Basic security stuff, you know? Being the head of security, we need to know these kinds of things. Like what's on her personal computer. Now, there's actually a very good reason for doing this. Now, for whatever reason, Malik in particular has a very complicated office to get into. There's an ebook here that is not amongst Darrow's ebooks, so we'll ignore it and come over here and get on her computer. And in there is a message an email from Pritchard detailing a security code for a secret weapons stash. Why we were not informed of this, I don't know, but there we go. Let's go back outside to where she is, and we will look at her unsuspectingly, and she will not suspect a thing. La-di-da-di-da, totally didn't just break into your office, blah 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 blah, I'm totally not a criminal. Don't hurt me. We want to come down here, though. I could have done this, I was debating doing this and just cheating my way into this like the other safes, but I figured I have the ability to get into this area before I leave for the other city hub, so I figured I'd go ahead and... Oh, this... Yeah, what am I doing? I hit the wrong button. There we go. And here we get a crap ton of weapons and stuff. This would be, during some of my test runs, I just went ahead and unlocked this right at the beginning of the game by looking at the code in my notes and just getting all this stuff right at the beginning of the game, which is probably a good idea because you can then benefit on having the tranq rifle and the stun gun right at the beginning of the game. So that's pretty nice. Now we get another ammo capacity upgrade here, which I definitely want to use some of those on the revolver and the pistol as well, and the combat rifle as well for that matter. But I mean, priority is going to be the revolver because I want to stock up on as much ammo for that as possible, and I also want to... Well, dang it. I'm just going to run with what I got here. I don't even care about the combat rifle ammo that much. Yeah, that stuff is always going to be there if you want it later, so that Typhoon ammo, you can always come back and get it if you ever feel like investing in the Typhoon. Because Typhoon ammo is actually decently rare, so... But I guess we might as well go ahead and humor Pritchard and see what he has to say. Hopefully something of consequence.
What do you want?
As much as I hate to admit it, I need your help. That signal you shut down in DRP
You need
territory,
our help?
it's been active
Well,
for almost a year.
You're telling
this
me someone
changes
else
everything.
has had access to our network since before the first attack?
I've detected intrusions before and shut them down swiftly every time.
I mean, forget what it's about. Just the
Whoever
satisfaction
designed
of
this
knowing...
algorithm is good.
No, I'm just kidding. This is actually very relevant to, like I said, a side quest later in the game. Now, this side quest actually runs much deeper than is made relevant right here. There's lots of things that this will be played up on later, and right now it's only relevant to the dialogue that's going to come up between us and Sarif in the next sequence. So, if now that we have triggered this, obviously we have the next dialogue sequence will make a little bit more sense.
And I think you should find out.
It also helps expand, it develops Jensen more as a character and his relationships with these other characters and how he might have a slight lack of trust with them.
Shortly
So,
after your ex-girlfriend suggested he hire you.
basically what he told us, I know I talked over him, basically he was saying that, there was a back door in the firewall that Sarif had created himself to stream data through, and he activated it he created it rather at a very inconvenient time because it was right around we were hired, so we think it's relevant to us. Oh boy, look who's here.
Jensen, isn't it?
Sir, you have that charity dinner?
In a moment, Isaiah. I was hoping I might run into...
Introducing Bill
The
Taggart.
Founder of the Humanity Front. I know who you are.
Yes, I imagine you do. As David Sarif's top security man, I imagine you have quite the file on me. But I assure you, Mr. Jensen, I am devastated by recent events.
Really?
I do not support what you and your company are doing to mankind. I believe it's extremely dangerous. But abolishing human enhancement technologies will only be achieved through legal means.
I'll keep that in mind.
This is your first day back since the accident 6 months ago, isn't it?
Sir, we have to go. What happened to me was no accident.
Ah, my mistake. But it must have been stressful facing down a second incident so soon. I imagine it brought back all kinds of...
Really pushing her luck, buddy. I'm just gonna not further this dialogue anymore. The less I have to associate with this guy, the better.
Couldn't handle.
I'm a psychologist, Mr. Jensen. I know when a man is hiding behind words. The flesh may heal, but the mind is not always so resilient. You might want to keep that in mind. Now, if you'll be so kind as to excuse me.
Condescending little...
Gladly.
Right, so William Taggart there, he's a very crucial character, and he's sort of the antagonist to Sarif. He's very much the opposite in character as far as their morals and motivations go. So with that out of the way, we'll see him later, by the way. But with that out of the way, it's time to do another persuasion minigame. This time with our own boss. We have to talk to him about some really heavy stuff relating to the attacks and what Pritchard was bringing to our attention about the backdoor access.
I see. Frank's fixed that, though, right?
He has now. But he's wondering...
You lead hacks the firewall, Sarif. How dare you?
Paranoid Adam? You know that? Can a busy man forget things once in a while?
You streamed an awful lot of data through that portal, boss. Right before you brought me on board. Pritchard may be paranoid, but I gotta admit, I'm wondering what was in it, too.
And much like the other dialogue sequences or dialogue persuasion minigames, I'll be using the choices that I usually go with it. For my opinion, get to the end result the most efficient way possible. And this will be another example of how this dialogue tends to change, and some of this will be the same responses I give every time, but so these are the same answers I'm giving to him as every one of my test plays through the game, but the dialogue I'm hearing back from him is completely new and different. That being said, his persuasion level is still rising like normal. It's just
I'm sorry if I seem evasive.
I don't have the social enhancer, so I can't literally see his persuasion bar. I just know.
A lot of other things on my mind. I'm trying to secure a future here for
and you can tell he's just kind of dilly-dallying around and evading the point here.
Want to see me fail? No, you're my best warrior, Adam, and I trust you. I know the loyalty you've shown me will only continue as we take this fight into the future, because that's what's really important, isn't it? The future.
Yeah, he's definitely beating around the bush.
I think I proved myself today. And the only reason I'm worried about that loophole right now is because the data you streamed through it could have been accessed, backtraced, and stolen by the men who attacked us. Our enemies might still find a way to hurt us with it.
First of all, I wasn't questioning your integrity. And don't you think you're being just a little bit paranoid here? Everything I've done has been to secure a future here for you, me, Frank, and everyone else in this team. I'm constantly looking for strong people to help me do that. The very best people I can find. Because if I don't, Sarif Industries will fall. Megan understood that. That's why she insisted I hire you in the first place.
Megan? Boss, what does Megan have to do with any of this? I thought we were discussing a security breach.
She doesn't. I mean, not directly. The data you're so nervous about is little more than a bunch of routine, fact-finding reports, the kind of stuff I deal with every day. Megan pointed me in a direction and I followed up on it, that's all. And now that I've shared this much with you, I have to ask how your knowing the fine details will keep the rest of us any more secure. Can't you trust me to take care of things from here?
Boss, 6 months ago, mercenaries knew stuff about this company that I didn't, and used it to get past my security measures. I don't really care what kind of secrets you and Megan were keeping back then. I just want to make sure they don't endanger us again.
Adam, I didn't mean to imply... You're right, okay? You're right. I really shouldn't keep this information from you. I just hope you'll understand why I did. All right. Look, the truth is, I set up a confidential data channel for a private investigator, someone who can run covert background checks on people, potential new recruits, like you.
You what?
I had to, Adam. You were a liability, remember? You'd just been fired from SWAT. Now, Megan believed in you, but I had to be sure. Look, I don't want this to come between us. I'll send the files to your computer. You can see for yourself what he dug up. But Adam...
No, I really don't understand why he's so worried about this, because, I mean, why even Jensen's getting upset about it, because honestly,
Once you see that data,
as someone with such a highly esteemed position that he's going to be getting with this job, do you think that he would? You think he would understand having like detailed background checks being done on him? It would make perfect sense to me. But
here, this is
the
for
thing,
you.
I can understand the reason why Sarif is a little bit worried about it, because it has lots of details about Jensen's past that even himself does not know about. But that'll be related. I won't give any more detail about that, because that's where we're going to be discovering when we actually do the rest of this side quest the next time we come back to Detroit. But I do want to go ahead and get the files off the computer, so I have that data for later when I go back downstairs. But yeah, that's about it. Now we can go and get those files now and then come back and talk to him. But either way, we have to talk to him a second time to trigger the progression of the game.
I think it has to do with the typhoon or with some other top secret military project that I haven't told you about.
The thought had crossed my mind.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. The work Megan's team was doing before they were killed, it was redefining what it means to be human. This company, Sarif Industries, was about to lead mankind to its next stage in human development. Self-controlled evolution. Can't you see how scary that can be to some
Self-controlled evolution, man.
I also see how lucrative it can be for some others.
It's never been about money for me, Adam. But you're right. There are people out there who don't exactly feel the same.
Like who?
I'm hoping you'll be able to find that answer for us in China. So get going. Farida's prepping the chopper.
One thing I like about the plot in this game is that nothing seems too overly ridiculous, but to be honest, a lot of the leads we start following in this investigation are pretty big long shots, and this is just the first of many, going to that random address that Barrett gave us in China, in freaking China, to see if there's anyone there who could give us any more information about it. We don't even know anything for certain we can get out of this, and yet we're going to fly all the way to China just based on the probability. But I'm nitpicking at this point. I still love the story of this game and everything, so let me go ahead and stop by my office and gather that data before proceeding to the long-ass flight to China. Wherever the hell my office is. I'm probably going the long way around, or I'm on the... There we go. I thought I could have been on the wrong floor, because I can never really remember what floor I'm on. I've been up for 6 months. Confidential information. And this, obviously I'm not going to be really going into detail about what all this says, but you guys can read it yourself after you actually have collected it. So, yeah, I'm not going to be going over what a lot of this reading material is, but like I said, I'm assuming you're going to read for yourself. And I also want to go ahead and check it off so it's not listed as new anymore.
Athena tells me you spoke to Sarif. Did he happen to tell you why he made us look like idiots?
I'm handling it.
You can imagine how relieved I am to hear that. I'll tell you what. While you follow any lead Sarif spoon-feeds you, I'm going to do what I should have done in the first place and backtrace that signal.
That's your pride talking. Still, get back to me if you find something.
You meant when?
Pretty sure I didn't.
Oh, he will find something. As much as I'd hate to feed his ego, he will find something. That will be the side quest for later. So, like a boss, we're just going to jump off the side and use the Icarus landing system. I believe that's the first time I've gotten to use it, but we'll be using it many other times. So I'll be going over what it is and what it does when we do it.